Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Sofo Josh and over here at BMW of South Miami to film this 2025 750e for y'all. With that being said, if you guys are interested in purchasing any BMW whatsoever, make sure to go ahead and contact them. They'll be able to assist you. So powering this behemoth is the legendary B58 inline 6 turbocharged engine linked with an electric motor that produces 483 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. So the 7 Series has been out in the lineup for quite some time now, and with this generation it is a lot longer and it is a lot wider than any previous generation before it. Now the best part about this generation also is that we can get not only just gas versions, we get plug-in hybrids, and we even get a full electric model known as the i7, which carries over the same exact design elements as what we see here. But this one right here is the 750e, so you're gonna have both the gas and the plug-in hybrid portion. So if you don't want to, fully transition to fully electric, you can go ahead and get this hybrid variant. But let's talk about the overall styling with this model. So over here at the front, as you see, we have full DRL LED top lights, and in this bottom section, as you can see, we have full LED projector beams. So the main beam is going to be over here to the right, and then over to the left over here we have your high beam assist, and in that little section right there we do have LED cornering lamps as well. So up at the front, the kidney grille. Now this has been very controversial since this model came out, is the large kidney grills. And to be honest with you, the more and more I see these models out on the road, especially with this iconic glow that we have around the kidney grills, I'm starting to like the overall design. It looks very bold and aggressive in your face, which is something that you want when you buy a BMW. You want something to be bold, you want something to be expressive. Whenever somebody sees it from afar, they know that you're driving a BMW, and with this iconic glow, trust me, they're gonna know that you drive a BMW. We do have the Shadowline package with this model. This is the M Sport package as well, so we're gonna be able to get that. And we have grille shutters up at the front. That main little section right there, as you see, is actually going to be your full-on radar system and your safety sense as well. You got a 360 degrees camera right there in the middle with a actual spray nozzle to go ahead and clean it whenever you're driving on the road, which is actually pretty nice to have. But overall design looks nice. The lower section of the grille does have active shutters, so they will open and close to go ahead and help with overall efficiency. And then over off to the right and the left side, as you see, it does have active air curtains to go around the wheels. Speaking about wheels, this is the 21-inch wheels that we have over here. So they're a dual tone finish to them with a gloss black as well as a chrome design to them. Now these sections right here, you can actually pop them off and have them open up, so then it's less amount of spokes. But to be honest with you, if you want to have efficiency, always keep them on. We do have a 4-piston front brakes over here with the M Blue logo right there. Looks overall very, very nice. And then we have the charging port over here. So this is a AC outlet, so it doesn't have a DC outlet whatsoever. Most plug-in hybrids actually don't, because these are to be charged at home. Now this is a 22.1 kilowatt hour battery, and it gets around 41 miles of EV range with this vehicle. And let's just talk about the overall styling on the side. Very nice, simplistic design approach. We do have a body line. I know you can't see it that well because this is the Alpine white exterior color, but we do have a body line that carries from this front fender and goes around the whole side of the vehicle into the rear tail lights. Now, very interesting enough, we do have flush door handles over here, so that means it's going to be fully opened up and you can go ahead and put your hand and open it. It does have a push actuation for it. On the lower section we get a gloss black design because remember, this is the M Sport package, and you do have puddle lights over here at the bottom. Another thing, like I mentioned, 360 degrees camera, so that's gonna help you whenever you're getting into parking spaces. At the rear, we got full LED tail lights. Very nice design to them. I like this geometric portion right here. I kind of wish they would carry it over here, but I guess laws in certain countries or even United States does not allow them to go ahead and do that. We also get your rear backup light down here, and then we get your camera xDrive 750e to let everybody know that you do have that model. And we get a faux diffuser as well, but no exposed exhaust tips. The only way to get the exposed exhaust tips actually is going to be with the 760 model, which gives you the V8 under the hood. Opening up the trunk, as you see, it is power operated, and there is a ton of space. You could fit golf clubs in here very well. There is a little bit of, you know, pushing towards the actual trunk space, and that's because this model does come with air suspension, so it does raise and lower on the rear section. We also do have rear corner steer, so whenever you're turning the wheels, they will go the opposite way to go ahead and help you with your turning radius. But overall, a ton of space back here, as you see. Really nice. You get these little hooks off to the side to go ahead and put some grocery bags, a little section right there, and that's all she wrote back here. Let's go ahead and close it, and let's get into the main compartment area. So getting into the rear passenger area, as you see, the door is really huge, and also it opens almost at a full 90-degree angle, so it's going to be very easy to get comfortably in and comfortably out of this model. Let's talk about the door panel. So as you see, soft touch over here with a nice stitching all across. We have this beautiful Tartufo interior with soft padding. Now everything here just feels executed perfectly when it comes to this overall like leather that we have in this vehicle. This is the merino leather that's extended throughout the whole entire cabin, and it just feels very nice. We have some holes over here that's kind of like a perforation, which is very interesting because usually you see that in the actual seats, but not so much in the door section. We have the door opener right here that's automatic. You got a nice little display area here, which we'll talk about that once we close the door lock and unlock, and then we have your window lowering as well. Now, just in case if the battery does go out, you do have an emergency release latch right here, and then you have more spacing that's actually lined with felt in here, which is very nice. Now these seats, like I said, they are very plush, very much like a couch. And let's go ahead and actually sit inside of the rear area. And once you close the door, it does actually have that automatic closing where if you close it slightly and it doesn't latch completely, it will help assist you to latch as well. But overall space in here, it's an executive sedan. Like I said, the majority of people who are going to be having this vehicle are going to be people who are being driven more so than driving themselves. And honestly, look at the amount of space I get back here. Tons of leg room. I can even, you know, put my foot I can even go like this to go ahead and cross my leg and actually put my you know, arm right there on the side. So it feels fantastic back here. Actually, the seats very plush, like I mentioned. We do have a center section right here that does have a little compartment space with 2 USB Type-Cs, a little light there that shines through. So go ahead and unlock your cup holders. As you see, is actually hidden, and I like the overall design of it. We have these little stubbies on this side to go ahead and keep your drink in place. But as you see, once you're done with that, all you need to do is just put it up. Now over here we do have an actual display that you can control the overall climate of the rear compartment area, as well as your displays and even the ambient lighting with the My Mode. So for example, if you're sitting back here, you can go ahead and you're having like a stressful day, you can go ahead and put it into relax. And as you can see, it does close all of the shades here, and it will put you into a more relaxing mood. Now, as you saw there, everything does close automatically. These are not manual shades whatsoever. They're all going to be automatic, which is great for anybody who is like an executive, or maybe you don't want people looking at you when you're sitting back here. You can go ahead and do that. And of course, you can go ahead and open all of them just from a press of the button. But you have that on this side, you also have it on that side. We do have that little area here where you could get an accessory to put an iPad. So let's say, for example, you have a meeting and you need to do a Zoom or anything like that. You can go ahead and put that there. USB charging right there. And then down here in the center section, you do have some vents that you can control the actual speed. You also have a little cubby space down here. So if you do need to put your phone there, you can go ahead and do that. 2 back pockets right here. And let's go ahead and get into the front area. Getting into the main driver section, as you see, once we open up the door, we have the exact same materials that we saw up at the rear over here in the front. We got the nice soft touch for that merino tartufo interior. We got the ambient lighting though that goes across the whole entire dash. Right now I have it in a very nice lavender look. And then we have your speaker system for the Bowers & Wilkins. We got your seat controls, and then we have your fuel cap opener, as well as your presets, door lock and unlock, window switch gear, and then you have your mirrors controls as well. Let's go ahead and get into the interior. And the seats are the exact same that we felt at the rear, which is really nice because, to be honest with you, you would expect to have the same exact seat materials from the rear, even though it's an executive sedan, up at the front for the driver. I mean, you want to also cater towards the driver, and that's what BMW did. As you see, we have the new flat bottom steering wheel for this M Sport package. We do get that little blue to let you know that this is the hybrid version of the 7 Series. Media control over here off to the right. Your preset for your active cruise control, you can do there. Got your paddle shifters, and down this section right here, we do have your Swarovski crystal, where you can go ahead and put your vehicle into reverse. We do have trajectory at the rear with your camera system as well. Now, one thing to note, since this is the electric vehicle version, or I should say plug-in hybrid, it does have a hum whenever you are reversing. And the reason why that's the case is because the engine is not primarily on. So by law, they have to go ahead and actually put that in. Continuing over here, we have your My Modes, you got your camera. You also have the height control for your air suspension at the rear, volume, backtrack as well, and then you have your presets over here to go ahead and take you home or to your navigation. 14.9-inch touchscreen display, 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, a heads-up display that's actually very nice. It's very bright as well. But the overall interior feels fantastic. I love this ambient lighting that we have across the whole entire dash and into the door panels. And then we even get ambient lighting up here. I don't know if you could see it in video, but there is ambient lighting within these stripes that we see. The overall design is very, very nice. I love this whole cabin space. It's very much prestigious in the way that it feels and the way that it looks. 2 cup holders as well, and then we have a wireless charging pad right there. To unlock your glove compartment, you press that button, which is actuated by that. And then we have it damped and lined with felt. So let's go ahead and take this puppy out for a drive. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this beast out for a drive. So, like I mentioned, this is the 750e model. And it has a plug-in hybrid variant. Now, this plug-in hybrid variant is going to be very helpful when it comes to the overall efficiency of this model. And the reason why I say that is because you get a 6-cylinder underneath the hood, and then you also get the awesome part of saving fuel. Now, like I mentioned, if you do have a full tank of gas, you get around 500 estimated of range, plus the 41 when you're fully charged as well. And driving this vehicle is super comfortable. It's basically Rolls-Royce level of comfortability whenever you are driving on the road. Now let's go ahead and actually put it into sport mode. Now what that does, bolsters open up, hug you tighter, and then the engine livens up completely. and it's actually very quiet. The overall sound deadening that you get in this vehicle is fantastic. I mean, you can really honestly sleep in this vehicle and somebody can be driving super fast and they will be able to not wake you up whatsoever. It just feels absolutely great. You know, the suspension soaks up all the bumps in general, and very impressed with the quietness of this vehicle. I mean, it's to be expected. It is an executive sedan all in all, but it feels great whenever you are behind the wheel of here too. Even though this is, yes, an executive sedan for the people who sit at the rear and, you know, they just do their business and such, you know, as a driver, you are gonna feel fantastic in here as well. Nice M3, especially that G80. God, I love that car. But it feels fantastic to drive. Now, visibility out of this car is actually great as well, because since you have these larger side windows, rear windows, and even out the rear main window, you can see out through everything. You know, there isn't a really huge blind spot. I would say maybe there is a tiny blind spot at the rear you know, C-pillar section, but it's not anything to write off on. You know, you're still going to be able to see. You even got the whole entire 360 degrees camera with this car. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is completely shut up and let you guys experience. We're actually going to put it into personal, and then let's go ahead and let the electric portion go ahead and do its job. So yeah, all in all, it is an exceptionally well put together executive sedan. It does everything right. It has the sound deadening that it needs to have, so you can go ahead and feel comfortable, almost like a living space. You feel like you're at home sitting in this vehicle, even over here in the driver's seat. I love the screens that we have in here too. I mean, yes, they're huge and everything like that, but it just, I love it. I'm a tech person. I love the screen. I've used it in multiple versions of BMWs and it's been exceptionally well, very responsive, very fast. This ambient lighting is insane. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Make sure to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.